Azzure Aoud is a tropical twist on oud that just works. Hey, what's good guys? Hunter here and welcome back to Fragrance Hunter. Hope you're all doing good. Today we are reviewing a fragrance from the house of French Avenue, which we pretty much all know at this point. Today is all about Azzure Aoud, which I'm hyped to talk about because I've been a huge fan of the house of French Avenue, guys. Pretty much almost every single one I own is great. And if you don't know anything about French Avenue, they are sub-brands to like Fragrance World, a Middle Eastern house that kind of make interpretations inspired by. Plus, I do think they have some original creations as well too. But at this point, they're up there with the big names like Lattafa, Armaf, Afnan, etc. But they are probably most known from their fragrance Liquid Brune, which is inspired by Allure. This one's in the same exact bottle, but in blue. And it's going to be inspired by Oud Marcouja from Maison Crivelli, which in and of itself is a very fruity oud, leathery type of scent DNA, and I love the scent profile, guys. It's not going to be for everybody, I'm going to tell you that right now. But if you do love tropical fruity oud leather fragrances, this one is going to be a must, especially for the price. Because I found mine over at like the rag stores for an absolute steal. So let's run down some information. Now, Azzure Aoud was launched in 2024. It is still fairly brand new from the house of French Avenue. For the retail price, only size is coming, which is the 100 ml like you see in hand, is going to run you around $40 give or take. Sometimes you can find it cheaper, sometimes it might be a little bit more, but you already know, I'll leave a tag on this video, the best price you'll be able to find Azzure Aoud for. And I'm telling you right now, for around 40 bucks, you're getting one bang of a fragrance. Because of course, Oud Marcouja is around $300, so this is far cheaper and might just be the best interpretation of that DNA. The concentration is going to be in eau de parfum, so you're probably getting around 20-25% oils, which as we know is solid. And for the perfumer with Azzure Aoud, I came up short. I don't know exactly the nose behind this one, so unless somebody has that info, drop a comment down below. But with all the information out of the way, let's go ahead and look at the packaging and presentation you're gonna get with this fragrance now. So taking a look at this beautiful presentation, guys, very similar to Liquid Brune, but in blue. Of course, you got that blue gem, French Avenue, Azzure Aoud, as well as on the side. And I actually had a hard time opening this up. I'll show you in a second. On the bottom, you got your barcode and batch code to authenticate your product and see when it was produced. Hopefully it's focusing. All your ingredients on the back. And you also do have your note breakdown on this side, which I love when companies do that to make it a lot easier for a lot of people to kind of see what you're smelling. And your bottle is housed in this very luxurious kind of foam cutout. Actually not foam, it's almost like this very nice texture, guys, but it is a magnet as well, as you can see. And I always think to open this up from this side, but no, it opens up from the inside, which is so different. But all in all, very high quality box presentation, of course. Now, looking at the bottle, guys, I love these bottles. I don't know what it is about it, but they look so expensive. Of course, take a look. It's almost like a pillar in blue, same gemstone on the front. Azzure Aoud on the bottom, you got that plaque with your sticker. Up top, another gemstone, so I'm not messing around with the gemstones. On the back, French Avenue embossed. The cap is a plastic, it's lightweight, but hey, that's not the biggest deal. Nothing on the atomizer, and it does click into place very securely, so you can't pick it up with confidence. I mean, come on, this is beautiful. In the top, you got passion fruit, fruity notes, rose, and saffron. In the mid, you got oud, benzoin, and patchouli. And in the base, you're gonna find a leather, gaiac wood, amber, sandalwood, vanilla, cedarwood, and labdanum. And this is classified as a leathery, fruity. So let's spray this, test out these atomizers. And I'm telling you right now, my entire room, my office is going to smell like this fragrance because it's a beast. But let's go ahead and remind myself of Azzure Aoud, and I'll let you smell this one first. Yeah, just one spray of this is almost going to choke you out, guys. This is not a joke of a fragrance by any means. Because right away, you are gonna get introduced to this very tropical, unique, fruity passion fruit. The same passion fruit you find in Oud Marcouja as well, guys. You're gonna get the same vibe in the opening of this. I don't own Oud Maracuja, but I have smelled it countless of times at like department stores, and this absolutely reminds me of that, like almost 1-to-1, especially with that opening with the passion fruit. And passion fruit's not gonna be your generic everyday kind of fruity note by any means, guys. It's very unique, distinctive, and very different, and just for some reason very, very intense and in your face. But along with that opening with the passion fruit, you also do have the saffron. Now the saffron in Azzure Aoud is this dry, spicy, leathery saffron vibe, because saffron most of the time can come across leathery, and it absolutely does in this one, guys. This one has a ton of leather nuances going on from the top, mid, and base. I mean, this one's going to be so leathery that even my girl, last time I wore this, asked me if I was wearing ombre leather from Tom Ford. So that just tells you right there in and of itself, guys. Almost could be called like Azzure leather. But yeah, definitely gonna open up tropical, fruity, spicy, and leathery right away with this one, guys. And I'm gonna say it is a little bit more on the daring, challenging side of things, where not everybody's gonna love it. You're gonna have to have some exquisite taste in perfumery to enjoy a scent profile like this, which I absolutely do. Now, making our way into the mid is where you're gonna get that oud. Now, the oud in this one is gonna be that barnyardy, woody, kind of exotic Middle Eastern oud for sure. It is on the more earthy side of things, guys. It's not gonna be like a clean smelling oud. It's not gonna be really a medicinal smelling oud. It's a very earthy, barnyardy oud. Maybe not completely barnyardy, because I do have some very, very funky ouds, but if I had to rate the oud in here, it would maybe be like a 6 out of 10 on the barnyardy aspect of things, guys. So it's not really like completely funky where it's extremely hard to wear, but still is gonna be pushing it a little bit. And along with that oud, you also have this kind of warm resonance of benzoin. I'm a big fan of benzoin and fragrances, and I think it complements the oud, the passion fruit, and the saffron flawlessly, guys. And then finally, once getting into the base of Azzure Aoud, which does take some time to get into, but that's where you're gonna find finally that leather note. The leather in this one is dark, rugged, slightly animalic leather, because at the end of the day, leather is an animalic note, which a lot of people don't really recognize as. But the leather is definitely one of the top 3 most dominating notes in this one, along with the passion fruit and oud. This would be a good fragrance to rock while you're wearing like a biker leather jacket. So anytime I put my leather jacket out, I might have to reach for this. Maybe even a slightly smoky leather nuance in the dry down as well, guys, that I'm detecting on the test strip. So along with the leather though, you also do have the labdanum, which is a floral that also brings out leather nuances, and of course that warm, resinous, earthy amber in the dry down. So labdanum, leather, and amber is what you're gonna be left with in the far base of Azzure Aoud. So for my oud, leather, darker fragrance lovers out there, for the price, this one has to be on your radar. Or if you're just looking for an alternative to Oud Maracuja because you don't want to spend $300 on it, definitely a good option. Yeah, this one's solid, and I already knew from the note breakdown and being inspired by Oud Maracuja, I already knew I was gonna love it, which I do. Because if you don't know anything about me, guys, oud is one of my favorite notes of all time in perfumery. It's in the top 3, if not the #1 spot, to be honest with you. So anything with oud, in most cases, I'm gonna love. Just because of how exotic it is, how luxurious, expensive it is, and it's been around for thousands of years. And I just love artistic, unique stuff when it comes to fragrances. Of course, I do love designers, fresh things as well that are crowd pleasing. I pretty much love everything at the end of the day when it comes to genres. So I look at everything like works of art, guys. But oud is by far one of my favorite notes. And oud is a note that you either love or hate at the end of the day. So which side are you on, guys? So for the best seasons to rock, French Avenue's Azzure Aoud, obviously fall and winter only. Even though it's tropical, this is a tropical fragrance for the colder weather. Do not wear this one in the summertime when it's like 100 degrees outside, sunny, it's humid. You're gonna get sick of this, and everybody around you will most likely hate you. Which brings up a point. I don't know how people over in like the Middle East like to wear ouds like all year round, like rose ouds, and when it's hot outside. It's probably because it's very dry over there rather than humid. I think that makes a huge difference. But yeah, those guys over there know what's up because they're wearing oud all year around. Here though, it's not really acceptable as much. Plus it's a little bit more humid and will become far too cloying on your skin and maybe a little bit funky. But whoa guys, for the fall and winter, which we're going into right now, this is going to be a staple in anybody's collection. And believe me, it's going to push through those very cold, snowy, like 0-degree days. For occasion, to me, this is a special event, formal situated fragrance only and strictly. This is not an everyday wear. go into the office, run in errands or anything like that. This is for special events. Or unless you're just trying to stand out, make a good first impression and just be that dude, then go for it. But yeah, still on the formal side of things rather than casual. It's not playful, it's not fun. And this right here means business. You already know if I go into a meeting while wearing this one, I'm getting the agreement signed. And when it comes to gender, to me, this is a masculine scent profile, not feminine, not something I want to smell on a lady or anything like that, guys. It's too oody, a little bit too earthy, leathery, ambery, etc., which do not fit women in my opinion. I like my women to smell pretty and feminine, and this is the exact opposite of pretty. This is rugged, guys. But if any ladies are watching, are you into those kind of funky, earthy, oud, leather scent profiles? I'm very curious. I know some ouds do work on women like rose ouds, but when it comes to leather, for some reason, leather has got to be one of the most masculine smelling notes. And like I said, this is a leather beast. For age groups as well, definitely a mature scent profile too. Not something I could picture somebody in the late teens, early 20s really gravitating towards a DNA of this nature. They're gonna have to let their noses mature a little bit, get used to scent profiles like this as well, because this is not an entry-level type of oud DNA by any means. Start with something like Tom Ford's oud wood if you want to finally start getting into ouds. I just think it would be funny if somebody like going to high school, going into the college classrooms, etc., wearing something like this. I don't know, man. The professor might kick you out of the room if you're rocking something like this, guys. So I said for formal situations only. But still, when it comes to this, it leans mature. Probably somebody like 25, 30 and up is what I picture rocking this the best. If you're in your late teens, early 20s, enjoy the crowd-pleasing kind of generic freshies, etc. And then wait until you are a little bit older to enjoy something like this. So I already see it now. Somebody like 18 getting a bottle of this after this review saying, oh man, that smells like crap. And then blaming me for it. No, little bro, your nose has not matured enough yet, trust me. Now, wrapping the review off, talking on the performance you're gonna get from this beast, Azzure Aoud, guys. I was blown away from the performance with this, especially while being in ADP, because I did get over 12 hours of longevity on skin. I'm not even talking about clothes. Forget about clothes, guys. On skin, 12 plus hours into the next day. Has got to be one of the strongest fragrances from French Avenue by far that I've tested. And I'm not really sure about the performance from the original Oud Maracuja. Haven't tested that one thoroughly to see how it performed, but this one right here, 12 plus hours easily on it. Even with moisturized skin, guys, without moisturized skin, you're probably still pushing 12. I mean, this stuff's too strong for its own good. That's why I said I was almost afraid to spray this, because it's filling up my entire office from one spray. I mean, I'm telling you, I can shower after wearing this one. I'm still gonna smell it for hours upon hours after the shower even, guys. If you go ahead and apply your clothes, it's gonna take at least 1 or 2 wash cycles to get it completely removed. So if you're rocking this, you have to stay committed, stay loyal to it, because you're gonna be stuck with it for a long time. And also when it comes to the projection, I got loud projection, room filling, beast mode projection from Azzure Aoud, which can be both a good and a bad thing depending on who you're going to be around. That's why I said if you wear this one to like a college class, the professor's going to kick you out because how strong this is, how offensive it can come across to some people as well, guys. It's not going to be for everybody. Not everybody's going to enjoy it, but everybody's going to smell it on you. That's why I said have some kind of social awareness and know where you're going, knowing who you're gonna be around if you're rocking Azzure Aoud, I promise you. So 12 plus hours of longevity with beast mode, loud, room filling projection, which is far above average for a fragrance like this, guys, especially for the price. Come on. If you love beast mode ouds, this one's gonna check off your box easily. But that's gonna do it for my review of French Avenue's Azzure Aoud. Let me know down below if you guys have tried this one. What are your thoughts? If you've compared it to Oud Maracuja, what are your thoughts on that as well? But besides that, leave a like on the video, subscribe below if you haven't already, because what are you doing, bro? I got you with daily fragrance content, and of course, see all of you back here tomorrow. Take care, everybody.